Right, hi guys and welcome to another episode, and this one, as you can probably tell, isn't about a certain subject, but it's about a certain person. Now, before I begin, obviously you can tell who it is in the description, but I just want to say that it's all my opinion, and I'm not trying to, cause any sort of annoyance or disruption to anyone, and I'm not trying to offend anyone either. It's just my opinion based on why I'm not keen on Ed Sheeran. So, yeah. I might get a bit ranty, but that's because recently with his new music, he has just really, really annoyed me. So I'd just like to say for starters as well that Ed Sheeran, before his new music, I didn't like him, but I could understand why people did. The only song I like of his is Don't. So yeah, that's just my opinion on the matter. And I always wondered why he was never just a one-hit wonder, because the A-Team came out and yeah, that was alright. And then he did Lego House, which is a disgraceful song really. It doesn't rhyme half the time, and it was just generally appalling, to put it bluntly. And you'd have thought that would have just made him be a one-hit wonder, a bit like a Jamie Lawson, and just disappeared out of sight and never seen again. But for some reason people loved it anyway and liked him, and that's alright. And he's gone on to have two really big successful albums, and it looks like we're on to a third now, another album coming out this year, and I'm dreading it. Absolutely dreading it. Now, when he'd announced new music, I was already a bit fearful, because he's not my cup of tea. And people like Ed Sheeran just get tons of airtime on the radio. Doesn't matter what song it is, what drivel they've produced, they're going to get airtime. It's guaranteed, because it's Ed Sheeran. And sure enough, that is the case. I mean, his two new songs now, Castle on the Hill and Shape of You, number one and number two in the charts, I should say. And every time you put the radio on, you're always guaranteed to hear one of them. And I know that on the Tuesday of this week, I'm recording on Thursday, but on the Tuesday of this week, 45 minutes, in a space of 45 minutes on the radio, I heard Castle on the Hill, I heard someone covering it, then Castle on the Hill, Oh, This Is How It Should Be Done Properly by Ed Sheeran, the absolute master, and then they did a couple of songs, and then they did Shape of You. And it's like, do not go forcing it down my throat. Alright, if you like it, you like it. You go listen to it on YouTube. I can understand it gets played on the radio. New music gets played on the radio. That's absolutely fine. But don't go ramming it down his throat and telling us how good it is, will you, for God's sake? Because all you do is he's amazing. He's a talent. He is an absolute talent. And you're like, not after listening to them two songs, mate. He certainly isn't. Let's do Castle on the Hill first. Castle on the Hill is just Lucas Graham's 7 Years, but a bit different. And you can't deny that. Be an Ed Sheeran fan or not, you cannot deny that the concept is basically the same. Yeah, the music's different and the style's different. That's fine. But you can't deny that it's just Lucas Graham's 7 Years. You can't deny that, because he sings about when he was 6 and he broke his leg. Then he sings about when he was 15 smoking a fag and drinking booze. Lucas Graham were doing that at 11, mate. So, 4 years out, aren't you, pal? Yeah. And just generally, the song is just appalling, really. It just doesn't offer anything. It's like, come on, Ed. You've had 3 years at this. I know you've been writing music for Justin Bieber, which is a completely different topic that annoys me. He single-handedly saved Justin Bieber's career. You're rich enough just with your music, Ed. Don't go writing music for that bellend. Make him fail, for God's sake. Because all you've basically done now is giving him another tour for him to piss his fans off and offend his fans and annoy his fans and just be a general prick. And that's pretty much all down to you, Ed, because I can't remember how many songs that you wrote for him, but I think it's pretty much half the album. But anyway, that's going on to a different topic. But yeah, Castle on the Hill, just very, very little. Offers very little in terms of originality, any sort of catchy tune to it. And he just repeats Castle on the Hill many a time towards the end because he's like, oh, best drag this out for 4 minutes, lad, so it looks like a belter. Even though the fact that there's like a minute of it at the end that he just sings over the Castle on the Hill. You know, that's my opinion on the matter anyway. And Shape of You. Now, this one is by far the most disgraceful song he's ever done. It's lyrically shite. The tune at the start is just Sia Cheap Thrills. And again, music fans, be it Ed Sheeran fans or anyone, or, you know, you can't deny that. It's Sia Cheap Thrills at the start. And I'm pretty confident that the actual pattern in the song of him singing lyrically is a spin-off to Sia the Greatest. The way he does Where the Shape of You Is and just carries on with that. I'm pretty sure Sia's singing the Greatest at the same time, you know, if you join them together. So that really annoys me. And yeah, and the fact that, you know, he's had 3 years to do this. 3 years to do this, and I think he's just tossing it off now and going, yeah, I'll chuck that out in 20 minutes, guaranteed a shitload of money, you know, I'm going to be rolling in it whether I produce shit or not because people are going to love it. And, you know, I'm a big Coldplay fan. If Coldplay came out with those two tunes, I'd have been pissed because they are absolutely garbage. Shape of You is just disgusting lyrics, absolutely disgusting. All about loving people because of the shape of them, but not in the sense of it doesn't matter if you're fat or thin. It's very much just focused on, yeah, you need to be hot before I shag you. Disgraceful, really. You know, not this day and age. And, you know, I thought it was better than that, to be honest with you. But obviously not. He's just cashing in on it now, isn't he? Yeah, I'll just make music so people can relate to it a bit more, you know. Because people that do nice songs don't get anywhere in life these days, it seems. And people that do songs that have decent meanings and good morals, you can forget them. It's all about shagging and drugs and alcohol this day and age. So, you know, if you don't do that, then you ain't famous or popular. And then lastly, just, you know, his fans, really. I mean, I'm dreading the album. I am dreading the album because it's going to be lingering around for fucking years like the other two did. But again, the other two I understood. It just annoyed me because I didn't like him, which is fair enough. But this album, I've got a feeling, unless he's just released the two worst songs off the album, which I very much doubt it, then it's going to be appalling. But again, it's going to linger around for about 300 weeks in the charts or whatever, and you're never going to enter it about how good it is. And you're just like, oh, it's just going to annoy me. I know it's going to annoy me. So it's not a good start to 2017 for me, I must be honest. But yeah, and then his fans now. Now, fans, I know you get the fans that, you know, he can never do any wrong and things, and that's partly true with me with Coldplay, in the sense that I don't really understand where people are coming from when they say they're boring. It's like, well, just, you know, Taylor Swift's copied the Xylo band idea, and now she's really cool with it, but Coldplay still aren't, even though they invented it like 5 years ago now. I'm just saying, you know, but anyway. But, you know, I can understand where they're coming from in the terms of, yeah, they've got to defend the person that they like the most. I get that. But when they're putting things like, there was a perfect comment on Castle on the Hill for Lucas Graham's 7 Years. Someone had put it sounded like Lucas Graham's 7 Years. And someone commented back to that person, I wish people had stopped saying this because Ed's such a fantastic artist. He could write a song about his breakfast in it, it'd be great. So my response to that was, well, why didn't he? Because at least that would have been original. You know, which it would have been. It would have been original. Writing a song about your breakfast? Yeah, I don't really know a song about that. But, you know, the fans need to just understand where other people are coming from at times, I think. And I think that's pretty much with every person that you know, a music person that you're obsessed with. You know, you need to understand sometimes where the other side is coming from. And especially with the two new songs, because they are just rip-offs of other songs. You know, he's not being original in any of them, but people are perceiving it to be that way, and it's wrong. You know, it's fine that he's copied other people's styles or gone for a tune similar to someone else, because that's showing progression in music of, yeah, that worked. You know, Sia's Cheap Thrills were really popular. Lucas Graham's 7 Years were massive last year. So, yeah, it shows that those tunes are good, and the writing style of them is a progression. You know, but he's not come out with anything original, and people are really doing my head in that are saying he is. You know. But anyway, that's me ranting about that, and that's pretty much it all over. I really, really hope that people will understand where I'm coming from with this one. Like I said, it is a rant, and I do hate Ed Sheeran, but, you know, don't take it personally. I'm not offending one person in particular. Well, I'm not. You know, it is Ed Sheeran that I'm moaning about, but, you know, if you like him, that's fine. But I'm just voicing my opinion on the 2 new songs because they're quite frankly shite, really. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this episode, and yeah, I'll be back for more soon. I'm not sure when. Oh, I am going to the Autosport Awards, not the Autosport Awards, the Autosport International on Saturday, so I'll probably record some footage of that and stick it up. So probably end of the weekend you'll see me again, or see my voice anyway, hear my voice behind the camera. But until next time, guys, then yeah, have a good one, and I shall see you soon. So, much love.